Quick correction from last week's video.
Why are you doing this?
In Fallout New Vegas, if you kill Mr. House,
Hold on. Now hold on.
Victor disappears from the game. His original Securitron remains at Goodsprings, but since we see Victor pop up in the show, that must mean that Mr. House is still alive. Does this mean that House ending is canon? Well, no, as you shall see in the rest of this video. So, spoiler alert. This week's episode of Fallout TV opens with not quite Operation Anchorage, but a different battle during that conflict. We get to see one of those military-grade airships that the Brotherhood repurposed, malfunctioning T-45 power armor, Cooper and Charlie wearing said power armor, Chinese armed forces, and wait for it, a pre-war Deathclaw. Now I know what many of you might be thinking. But wait, hold on. Let's just go ahead and look into this a little bit. This piece of lore does not come from any game. Instead, it comes from the Fallout 2 Official Strategies and Secrets Guide, written by Matt Norton, one of the two lead designers on Fallout 2. We see here on page 27, it reads the following. Deathclaws were originally created to replace humans during close combat search and destroy missions. They were derived from mixed animal stock and then refined by the Master using genetic manipulation. So letting one loose during the Alaska campaign might be questionable. I thought this was going to be the moment that Charlie was going to kill 3 people to save Cooper's life. I wish that the Chinese assault rifle they showed was a whitish color and overall a direct recreation of the one we see in Fallout 3. I was also hoping to see one Chinese soldier decloak like Predator, using the Chinese stealth suit, but I think that would have broken the lore. Because I think Operation Anchorage happened at the end of the conflict, and that was the first time American soldiers saw them. This appears to have been the first time Chinese forces saw power armor, and the stealth suit, I'm pretty sure, was developed as a response to it. But moving on to Maximus and his predicament, I think we can go ahead and toss my previous theory into trash. Because to avoid war, Maximus convinces Thaddeus to get into his suit and pretend to be Harkness. This is where the exaggerated voice modulation works itself into the plot again, because Thaddeus agrees and proceeds to act as suspiciously as he possibly can.
Just hang loose, blood. She gonna catch up on the rebound on the med side.
What it is, Big Mama? My mama didn't raise no dummies. I duck a rap.
Some asshole saw the first sign of civilization taking shape on the wasteland in over 100 years. Chose to burn it all down.
And his name is
Todd Howard.
He's gonna get in the ring and put boots to ass.
That was a joke. What do you plan to do to him when you find him?
We're gonna bring him to justice.
You ready to die like your pappy?
Gosh, just me or is the air extra itchy today and heavy?
I want some crack.
So it turns out Lucy's addicted to smack. Those NCR Rangers have been pumping her thick ass full of buff out for the last 2 days. Her solution?
Well, then I hereby quit drugs.
Shut this big gun!
Not a particularly effective method, so the ghoul goes looking around in his pack for something. Is he pulling out some fixer? Or maybe some addictol to cure the addiction? Of course not. More drugs, baby! Which on the surface may seem like a pretty good idea from his perspective. If he can keep her supplied, aka becoming her dealer, aka her sugar daddy, then he can also keep her under control.
You should keep your hoe on a leash.
That way she won't run off, getting herself in trouble and sidetracking them all the time.
So give me the drugs.
Is this a 5 o'clock free crack giveaway?
What are you gonna do?
Kill Quintus.
I'm gonna kill him and I'm gonna rape him. I'm gonna eat his fucking costume. Just wait.
I drove down across that bridge a week ago.
Where were you going?
My job interview at Vault Tech.
A week ago? Didn't Buzz say that becoming one of his Buzz was a very prestigious and sought after role within the company? Within a week, she did the interview, got hired, and got selected for this curated program. That's very impressive. As they approach an entrance to the New Vegas Strip, the ghoul looks through a spyglass and sees destroyed Securitrons, reinforcing my theory that Mr. House never got the platinum chip. He also sees some feral ghouls who clearly used to be a part of the gang called the Kings. It's so clear, in fact, that they still have their perfectly coiffed pompadour hair and they somehow still retain some of their mannerisms, which you might consider to be a bit much. We were discussing it a bit on the Discord server the other day. Fallout is known to have its wackiness at times, but I'll leave the question to you. Do you think the TV show is leaning on the wacky and the goofy just a bit too much? At times it feels like it's permeating through almost everything. Later on, we see the radiation levels have spiked on the strip, which might explain their transformation, but they used to live in Freeside, and Cooper suggested going through there and says that if they do, it'll take an extra half a day to reach the strip. It's possible that not all of the kings were irradiated. They must have elected a new king, however, because roided up Lucy decides we ain't doing none of that. And throughout her killing spree, she shoots and kills one wearing a white coat, who I guess might be the king that we meet in New Vegas. And I know that someone is going to see it as an allegory to them taking what we love and killing it. Why is the Tops Casino out here? Unless it's a franchise and not the main branch or something.
Oh no, the shakes are starting. I need my L-Dopa.
I killed the emissary from the Commonwealth.
So I pull out my gun?
All we hope is that Elder Maxon will remember us better in the future.
Okay, so that's official confirmation that Arthur Maxon is still around. Meanwhile, Dane steals Cold Fusion, and Maximus is finding it difficult to pull the trigger on his master. And he kind of admits that he's just finding himself doing random bullshit.
I don't have a plan. You have plans.
Gordon's got plans.
Abominations! Children, ghouls, to be exterminated. First rule of our order.
Is it though? I know we never got a full copy of the Brotherhood Codex, but I'm not sure that's rule number 1. I thought the whole keeping advanced technology away from other people was rule number 1. But then again, who knows? Maximus hesitates, Quintus goes for his 10mm pistol, and they start blasting at each other. Now remember that problem I mentioned that the production was going to have with the laser weapons? In the game, it's one long, unbroken beam of light. That's not easy to do live action. So in the end, it seems they decided to go with the tried and true method and just use laser bolts. Which, honestly, I'm not gonna knock them for it, because it would really be a pain in the ass, I think. Let's see if they tackle plasma weapons next. Hopefully it won't just be a green laser bolt, you know? It actually has to be like a glob of fuck. I am telling you, this Brotherhood chapter is basically Warhammer 40k players.
With each battle, we drive back the mutant, the heretic, the alien.
And while it's not exactly the Horus Heresy, the Brotherhood of Steel does end up in a civil war. Meanwhile, Chet discovers a bombshell. Stephanie is actually Canadian. But seriously, he's finding out that she's pre-war. Also, the card reads, temporary status ID, which is interesting. I wonder. But Cooper and Lucy finally make it to the strip proper. Everything's destroyed, of course, but also irradiated. I'm sure they'll give an explanation in a later episode as to why, but Lucy finds a very big egg, is confidently tripping balls, talking about,
I'm the man up in this piece. King Kong ain't got shit.
see you next week.